for Jones.
Okay. Okay.
Does somebody want to say the date and time?
I don't know the date.
It's Tuesday, November 15th or 14th?
Something like that. 15th.
15th.
And it's 9:15.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Mark Stortford.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Randy, nice to meet you. The weather's starting to cool off out there, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. What brings you, I guess, I was appointed for you as a lawyer as a public defendant.
Yeah.
What would you like to accomplish? I just want to know your goal.
I just don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to have anything on my record or anything. I just want to get out of all this.
Okay. Is there any particular way you would like to, as far as your own ideas on how to stay out of jail?
No, the easiest that you can get it done. I don't want to see the cops again or court or anything. Just get me out.
Okay. There's two things I'd just like to let you know. One, the only person that you need to talk to is me, because you don't want to talk to anybody in the cell. And also, anything that I ask you, just answer what I ask you, okay?
Okay.
That'll allow me to represent you best.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'd like to start out, if you could just tell me what happened in your own words from the time you were encountered. Just give me the events that happened at the subway in your own words.
Well, I was getting on the subway. I was going to help my dad. We fixed TVs. And I had my tool belt with me, and I have one screwdriver that we use a lot, and the top of it was messed up, and I was looking at it and trying to decide if we needed to buy a new one or not. And I was at, the subway thing that spits out the coins and the tickets and everything, and all of a sudden all the coins just started pouring out, and I wasn't even paying attention. I was just looking at my screwdriver. And then the security guard started running at me and yelling at me, and I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't even paying attention. And, I'm scared of the police. I got arrested a few years ago. I've been really scared of him ever since, and he just came running at me, and I didn't know what was happening, so I shoved him and ran. And then I got arrested, and they say that I was trying to rob the place with all the coins, but I don't even know what was happening.
So let me just make sure I understand. So you had a screwdriver, and you were trying to fix the screwdriver by...
Well, I was just looking at the screwdriver trying to decide if I needed to buy a new one or not, because the top was all messed up with an old screwdriver. But
Okay.
we really can't afford to get a new one, so I was just trying to see what was going on with it.
Oh, okay. And so what happened, as far as the encounter when the police came? What's the reason? What do you think they would say is the reason they encountered you?
Well, they think that I broke the machine and was stealing the money, but I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even know the coins were coming out until he started yelling at me.
Okay, so what was the reason you were using the screwdriver on the machine?
Well, I was just holding it. We were on our way I was on my way to my dad's to fix TVs. We were going to use it to fix the TVs. That's how we make a little bit of extra money,
Okay. So the reason you paused in front of the vending machine was...
well, I was just getting my ticket, and while it was getting ready to spit out, I was just looking at my screwdriver, getting ready to get on the train.
Okay. I just want to let you know nothing's going to leave this room, so if there's anything else that you can tell me that'll help you, the more you tell me, the better I can protect you and help, keep you out of jail.
Okay, that's all that happened. I was just holding my screwdriver, just looking at it, and then it starts spitting out money, and they thought that I was trying to rob it. I didn't do anything. I don't even know why it spit out all the money.
Okay, so let me just replay the events as I understand them that you told me is so you're on your way to repair TVs with your father, and you stopped at you had to put in your ticket at the subway, and you had a screwdriver in your hand at the time.
Well, I had my tool belt, on me, and one of the pockets was unzipped, and I got my screwdriver out because you know how after you use them for a while and the tips get all I don't know what the word is, but you know when they're just old and I was trying to decide if we needed to replace it or not.
You made this. You were trying to decide that while you were putting your ticket in the subway.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just thinking about, the stuff that because we use it a lot in the TVs, and if I got all the way there and then it needed to be fixed, or if it needed to be replaced before we could even go out that day, then I was just trying to look at it and trying to decide what we should do for the day.
Oh, okay. And then what happened then after you took your screwdriver out? Was there anybody else around?
Just the normal subway people. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
the DC subway, so it's pretty busy.
Okay. Did anybody else see what occurred between you and the police?
I mean, there was people around us. I'm sure somebody saw it, not anybody that I know.
Oh, okay. So you were by yourself and
Yeah.
you were going to repair a TV?
Yeah.
Okay. So the officer, you think what he would tell me or tell somebody if he was asked what happened is they think you might have been trying to break into.
I guess so. They arrested me for theft.
Okay. And so what happened when the officer noticed you with the screwdriver? What exactly did the officer do?
Well, he just when the money started coming out, the officer yelled at me and started running at me, and I pushed him and ran because I didn't know what was even happening. And then another officer arrested me, after I had gotten a few, not too far away, still in the subway area.
So the officer pushed you?
No, I pushed the officer.
You pushed
I shoved the officer that was running at me out of the way, and I ran.
Do you know what happened to the officer after you pushed the officer?
No, I didn't see him again.
Okay. And then I understand. So what was it? Another officer, or the officer got up and then.
Another officer.
It was another
doing it.
officer?
Yeah, I think so. It's all a blur.
Okay. And the other officer, what happened when the other officer, I guess they pursued you?
I don't really know why they cut me off before I could get out of the subway area, and then before I knew it, I was in the squad car. I don't really know what was going on. I know they got my screwdriver, but I don't even know where.
Okay. Do you think you might have injured the officer in the skirmish?
I don't think so. I didn't shove him too hard. I was just really scared. The last time that I had an encounter with the police, they were very mean, and they were rough with me, and I've always wanted to avoid police since then. It just freaked me out that he was running at me and yelling.
Okay. You said you had problems with the police before. Can you go into what has happened before?
Yeah, well, just when I was a senior in high school, we were doing our senior prank. We wanted to put our school flag up at the top of the Washington Monument, and they arrested us for public trespassing.
And how long ago was that?
About 7 years ago.
Have you had any other encounters with police since that incident?
No, I try and avoid them because the people who arrested us, they were shoving us around and yelling at us a lot, and it just gave me a really bad view of the police. I've just been scared of them since then.
Okay. And the only people that were at the scene were the officer that encountered you next to the vending machine, and then the other officer that pursued you.
Yeah, I mean, there was other subway people,
Uh-huh.
but not anybody that I know.
Okay. What about any of the employees of the subway? Were they?
I'm sure they were around. I don't really pay
Yeah.
attention. It's all pretty self-serve these days.
Okay. Was it crowded?
It was a normal crowd.
Okay. So I just want to get a sense of, like, you're placed at the scene with a screwdriver next to the vending machine. You want to stay out of jail no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I have a job. I'm part-time a clerk, and just if they find out that I even got arrested for theft, since it's handling money and stuff, I might get fired from that, and I really can't afford to lose my job. I really don't want to go back to jail. I'm just scared of the whole thing, you know.
Okay. Well, the charge that they charged you with is where it's you were charged with stealing less than $500. So that carries a sentence. That carries a maximum sentence of 18 months. So, you know, we can go to trial if you want, but there are other options where you can limit that sentence. So I just want to make sure that your objective is to stay out of jail completely, or
Yeah,
if
I just want it off my record. I don't want to be in jail, and I don't want to lose my job. We really can't afford for me to lose my job. I mean, we're already fixing up TVs on the side to get extra money. I can't afford to be jobless right now.
Okay. And how would your family feel about you going to court?
Oh, well, they don't know anything about it. I really don't want to tell them.
Okay. Your dad doesn't know anything either?
No, I just made up some excuse why I wasn't there. I really didn't want to tell him. It's just embarrassing.
Okay. Does he know about your other incident with the police, like that happened with your prank
Yeah,
wife and stuff, because you were in high school, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I don't want to tell him, because I would try to show him that I've changed since then, that I'm a responsible adult, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't do anything. It's just in the wrong place, I guess.
So if I understand right, the cop completely misinterpreted of what your intentions were with that screwdriver.
I guess so.
I mean, you didn't. All you did was take it out. You didn't press it against the machine
No,
or
I was
anything
just
like
holding
that.
it.
You were just holding it. Okay. Do you know why they're saying that there's like over $150 in coins that came out of the machine? Were you aware of anything like that?
I mean, once he started yelling at me, I noticed that it was spitting out coins, but I didn't know why or what was going on. It was just spitting out coins on the floor.
I know this is very stressful, so I really appreciate you giving me as many details as you can. I mean, it's very stressful when you deal with police. So as far as if we do go to court, your family, I don't know that. I mean, how would they handle that? I mean, you'll handle that fine. You don't mind going to court and being in the
I
public.
would rather not.
Uh-huh.
I don't want anybody to know. I really don't want my job to find out that I got arrested.
Okay.
Even if nothing happens, if they find out that I got arrested for theft, I might get fired because it's, I handle money all day.
Okay. Would you be willing to consider any plea deal?
Well, I really don't know. I just really don't want to spend any time in jail or anything. Like, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there.
Okay.
I just wanted to get on the subway.
Uh-huh. Is there anything else that you want to tell me, like, even if it's embarrassing, that's not going to leave this room?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just really, I'm just trying to not spend any time in jail and keep my job and everything.
Did you see the officer, did you notice the officer at all when you were around the vending machine? Like,
No, I wasn't really paying attention. I was just thinking about, getting on the subway and going to the TV, so.
okay. So you don't think he was like watching you for a long period of time? Or
If he
you
was,
didn't
I
notice?
don't know.
You didn't notice? Okay.
And he didn't say anything until it started spitting out the money, and then he yelled at me and started running at me, so I assume he wasn't. I don't really know.
And did he come up from behind you, or did you notice when he came up?
He was just off to the side, and he started running at me and yelling.
So he just saw you from a distance, started yelling, and started running at you.
Yeah, well, I guess he saw the money. I don't know.
Okay. He saw money on the ground.
Yeah, well, it was still spitting money out.
Uh-huh. And do you understand why it was spitting money out?
No, it just started spitting money out. I have no idea.
There was no contact with the screwdriver or anything
No.
against the machine?
No.
No? Okay. Well, you've given me a lot of details. I'll just have to do a little research, and I'll be getting back to you within like 5 days or so,
Okay.
and let you know, the best that we'll be able to handle with this case. I won't know until I do more research as to, if it's, how favorable it looks.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
But thank you very much for coming in today.
All right. Thanks. You want to pass it?